The fear of missing out. Now, are you really missing anything? Because if we take a look at it, a lot of the things, all these parties, all these things, they lead up to absolutely nothing. They lead up to absolutely nothing. It may be fun in the moment, but in the long run, where does it get you? And that's not to say you can't have your fun. Of course you can. You can always have some fun. But then you have to realize that we all got an objective. We all have something we're here for. Now, are you going towards it? Are you really moving towards it? Are you really achieving what you got to do? Is that going to set you back? And being honest, my personal experience with this, the fear of missing out, I never really experienced it. Because, actually, no, let me take that back. I can remember now. Back in high school, I would always be out just doing dumb things. I'd be ditching, I'd be skipping class, I'd be, just out with friends, just enjoying the time. And the time was amazing. We were all joking, we were all having fun. We were all, chilling. We were all doing our thing, just having fun. And this severely impacted my grades, my academic grades. Because if I'm being honest, I had a good GPA. I did. And if I really applied myself, it would have been perfect. I won't lie. It would have been amazing. But at the same time, it's like I didn't really ever apply myself. I didn't. I was too stuck up just having fun in the moment and not really thinking of the consequences that come with it. And the fear of missing out. It's like as we've grown, as we've got older, it's like we let 1 year pass, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. You look up and you're like, wow, so much time has passed. And I've done absolutely nothing. I've done absolutely nothing. That's not in a way to bash you, but that's in a way of realization of, I need to get my act together. I need to get my act together. Because we only have so much time, and time just seems to be going by so quick, especially with everything in our day-to-day lives, everything we do in a day-to-day basis. Like, we got work, we got school, we got, other priorities. So it's like the amount of time we truly have to self-reflect is very small. It is very small. But when you do have the time, take a step back from social media, take a step back from playing video games, from watching TV, Netflix, and realize, where am I heading? Where am I heading? What direction am I going towards? And is it where I want it to be? And for me, this was something that moved me when I realized I was sitting there just on my phone watching Netflix for almost 8 hours, somewhere around there, probably more. And that was not where I wanted to be at. And you have to ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? And with all this self-motivation and everything out there, to separate everything, it's like, because there's somewhere it's like, get on your grind, go to the gym. They're giving you rules to go by, and you may not need that. You may not need to do what they say. You have to figure out your own path, your own route. And it's not wrong to listen to what they have to say. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. They've gotten where they've got by believing what they do. And if that's where you want to be, maybe have an open ear to it, but then understand everything that comes with it too. And the exact directions they took, they're on their social media thing. That's how they're making their money. And now it's ironic in a way for me, where it's like being on your phone too much. Now I'm recording videos on a phone, but this is for a productive manner. It's what you put your time into. So to say, truly, like, phones are bad, that's not true. That's not true. It's a blessing and a curse, if we're being honest. So bringing it back to the point of like missing out, the fear of missing out. You're not missing out on much. Even if you look back on your life, you could be young, and this is just, then just hear this. If you're younger, because I'm 21 right now, you don't miss out on much. You don't. Ask anyone older than you. You're not missing out on anything. You truly aren't. All the fun, the shenanigans, the gossip doesn't take you anywhere. It really doesn't. And if you're older, you realize, like, this isn't it. This isn't it. This is not the lifestyle you may want. I don't envision myself always on my phone, always out there doing this and that, seeing me everywhere. And if I remember right, there was a chapter in the 48 Laws of Power. I never read it, but I've always like heard about it, and I think I did listen to like a video essay, or like a summary in a way. And it was like, it was the idea of make your presence more valuable. What up? Okay, my fault. Let me take a little sip. But what did I leave on? But yeah, really just look at it in a way where it's like, it's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you. And that's for a lot of things too. That's for so many things. Junk food, games. It's all these things that make you feel happy in the moment for a short term, but in the long run, it doesn't lead up to anything. If anything, it can make everything worse. Video games. You spend too much time on it without, let's say, being smart about it, like posting videos about it or anything like that. I don't want to say you're wasting your time, because you could just genuinely be enjoying yourself. But then there's a point of enjoying yourself and spending too much time enjoying yourself. And the limit may be different. We all have 24 hours in a day. We have to take care of ourselves, both body and mind. And when it's like all these things that are going into, grabbing your attention, quick fun, quick dopamine, if we want to say it like that, it doesn't help us. We take junk food, for example. I'm pretty sure that messes up the body more than anything. Junk food, the nutritions we get, because I'm not, if I remember correctly, the things we eat, it affects our bodies in different ways. The mind, the body, the immune system, the gut, and the microbiomes in our stomach. It affects us, and with that, it makes us more. If we eat good, if we eat, for nutrients, it makes our body be more efficient in a way. It makes it sharper, clearer. May even lose weight. But that's a whole side topic. I don't know how I got to that point. No idea. But once again, what do you gain from doing it other than quick fun? What do you gain from going to parties, going out drinking, clubbing every weekend, every day for some people? It doesn't help. It does not help. And if anything, it's not fulfilling. It's not. Maybe even just a distraction for all the burden we have, the challenges we face in our day-to-day life. It could just be to escape from that, a form of escapism, a form of neglect to ourselves and what we really need to do. And like, it's almost as if we're running away. It's almost as if we're running away. And that is suffocating. that is suffocating, where you're constantly going out just doing dumb things that mean nothing. It is suffocating in a way where it's like your mind knows you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't. If you're a thinker, you know you shouldn't be doing it. But hold on. Okay. So for the final part, just to kind of close it out, I kind of want to talk about my experiences with this sort of wanting to do it, chasing the rush, I guess you can say. And as I, and this was mainly in high school, middle school, in my school days, I guess you could say. It was at a place where I didn't I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. I didn't. I was just going out in my day-to-day life, just enjoying every moment that passed, and which eventually built up. It eventually built up, constantly pushing back. What is the plan? What is the plan? What is the plan? I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. By 17, it really hit me. It hit me. I'm like, what do I want to do? What is the direction I want to go? That put me in a dark spot. That put me in a dark spot. It put me in a... It felt so suffocating because all this time I was having fun. I knew in the back of my head, there's something more out there for me. There is something more out there for me. And I couldn't quite ask myself because I didn't know where to start. And I was so caught up on this fear of missing out where it was like I didn't know whether the life I was living at the time was worth it anymore. I became more quiet. That's what happened. I became more quiet, more reserved, and just took a step back. Of course, I'd still have my close friends. I'd always talk to them, but other than them, it's like you wouldn't really see me around as often, because by that time I was just working and school. I get off of school, go right to work. And it kind of changed me in a way where I was able to just take a step back. And I was in that hole for a while. It was weird. Looking back now, it was like, wow, we came so far. And maybe that was just a part of my journey. That sort of not knowing, that sort of just like that sort of weird feeling. And I don't know what started the chain reaction to spiral me into this cycle. I don't know. I think it was genuine curiosity for me, where it started off with one video of philosophy or somewhere in that area. I can't remember specifically. And all these concepts amazed me because I've always been just a curious person, but at the same time I'm a stubborn person. I can be stubborn, so it's like, especially more back then, it was like if I said I didn't want to do it, I was stubborn about it. But it was just kind of opening myself up to new experiences and being okay with missing out on things that seems fun at the time, because it didn't seem as important to me. It did not seem as important to me. So they started changing my life in a way where it was like I didn't have no fear of missing out. It just slowly went away, now of course I'd feel bad. Like, okay, no, wait, let me rephrase that. Like, if it was something like a family's birthday party or something, I'd go because I care deeply for my family. I care for them. So that's when I'd go out. But other than that, I was just kind of by myself. And that's something else I want to talk about: loneliness and being alone. Because they're two different things. That I'm gonna save that for another day. But as I went about, just watching these videos, guess where it took me eventually. And what's the weird part is I didn't fully believe everything, because it was like the self-help, the get in the gym, the that kind of motivation and all that. I took that advice, as in, like, I listened to a lot of it, and me being me, I'm like, okay, now what should I do? Like, is this applicable to me? And the things, like, I know working out benefits the brain, the body in itself, so of course I'd work out, and things like that. And let's put it in a time frame. So by 17, I was working in a fast food environment. By 18 or 19, I believe, by 18 I quit. I started like when I was 15. So 15, 16, I was having fun. 17, I was starting to think. 18, I was thinking. I think I was still, so by 18 I was still working at the fast food spot, and then I transitioned to outside, and that was hard, but it was fun to me. It was actually fun to me. It was landscaping, and it was just more learning, more understanding, just because of sheer curiosity. And the type of videos I watched constantly progressed, constantly changing with my views and my ideas, because I was at a point where I could change my views. I no longer just wanted to stick to what was given to me. And at that point, it didn't really bother me that I heard all this news coming from friends and things like that. They're like, oh, we had this party, we're doing this, doing that. It didn't bug me no more. It didn't. But yeah, it was freeing in a way. Now where I'm open to anything, it's freeing. But I just kind of want to go over it. It was so rough in that explanation, but don't be afraid to miss out on things that don't seem, like it adds up to anything. If it doesn't add up anything to you, long ways right. Wait, if it doesn't add up to any meaning to you, consider if you really want to do it. That's the whole point of this message. That's the whole point. Do what you want to do. That's the whole point of the reason I want to make these videos. Get you to understand you have a power inside of you that no one can take away from you but you. And with that being said, I'm gonna just leave it off there. Thank you.